God, we consume excessive entertainment. We consume excessive amounts of sugar. We consume excessive amounts of caffeine and alcohol and pleasure foods. We consume endless amounts of media, endless amounts of information, endless amounts of XYZ. We consume. The issue with most of society is that there's no balance between creation and consumption. Creation, consumption, and stillness, really, because you need moments of nothingness to allow the creative ideas in, to allow the creative ideas to flow. When you consume, you're overflowing your bubble with information. You're overflowing your mind, body, spirit with substances that lack sustenance. You're overflowing. You're full to the brim and you're overflowing because you just consume as a means to numb yourself, as a means to forget the pain, as a means to fill the void, as a means to fill the emptiness, as a means to find or fill that lack of purpose and meaning. We're all searching for meaning. We're all trying to fill the void inside. But the void doesn't come from consumption. Filling the void, I mean. It comes from creation. To fill the void, you don't need to put something inside, but rather you need to give out to the world. You need to reciprocate your gifts. You need to share your gifts with the world. When you share your gifts with the world, and everybody has a unique gift, it doesn't even necessarily need to be the stereotypical form of creativity, like painting or writing or singing or acting, whatever you might think when you immediately think creativity. Maybe it's coding. Maybe it's cooking. Maybe it's science, right? These are all forms of creativity when we take the actions to pursue them. My brother, for example, he's really into coding. He's going to school for computer engineering, and he wants to make video games. He never considered himself to be a creative person growing up. I was always the creative person because I always pursued the arts, right? I always pursued singing, painting, dancing, etc. Like all of it, you know? He was never really into the arts, but he wants to make video games. That takes a crazy amount of creativity. That's so cool. I think that's so cool. I would not ever be able to do that. I mean, I don't want to say I wouldn't ever be able to do that. Anybody can do anything, but I mean, everybody is naturally gifted with a different skill set and a different line of passions. The point of us existing in this world, on this earth, I think, is to pursue our passions and like help the world as we do so. I think that as we pursue our passions, inevitably we are helping others because we are inspiring them to do the same. And then whatever it is that we are creating as we pursue what we are choosing to pursue, the end product will likely help people as well. But I think that the point is creation. And if you connect this to spirituality, kind of like all forms of spirituality. Well, okay, let's quote the Bible, right? I'm not religious, but I am spiritual, and the Bible even says we are made under the image of God. We are made under the image of God. God is the creator. The creator. He created all of us. So if we are made under the image of God, aren't we all creators? Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So anyway, we spend all of our time consuming because we're afraid of our infinite potential. We are afraid to tap in to our gifts and our passions and our skill sets. We are made under the image of God. We are capable of so much more than we believe that we are. But because we are constantly consuming, we're not able, God, oh my God, we're not able to think for ourselves. And that is really concerning. We're not able to think for ourselves because we are constantly consuming media. We're constantly consuming other people's ideas. We're constantly consuming other people's thoughts. We're constantly consuming numbing entertainment. We're receiving so much information constantly. I don't think humans were meant to consume this amount of information. I mean, we weren't. We live in a world, God, the modern world that we live in now is one where we idolize technology. And because we live in such a technology-driven world, we constantly have access to infinite information at a rapid speed. Not only are we all consuming information, most of us are watching these videos on 2 times speed. So we're not just listening to someone speak at their normal pace, but we're listening to people speak at a pace like this, and our brains not able to process that as well as we think. I mean, we know we're following along. We're watching, we're listening to the video, we're following along. Yeah. But just because you're able to receive more information at a faster pace doesn't mean that the information sticks. Doesn't mean that it gives your mind time to process. When we're consuming so much information at such a rapid speed, it exits our brain almost immediately. Do you notice how, like, these days, I don't know, compared to like 10 years ago, when technology wasn't the center of everything, do you notice having like more memory problems now? I don't just mean to like the information that you just consumed, but I mean like generally. Excessive screen consumption causes higher risk of dementia. Is that a coincidence? No. No, it's not. My point, we're consuming too much. My point, we need to find the balance between creation, consumption, and stillness. When we find the balance between creation, consumption, and stillness, really creation and consumption, but the balancing point is the stillness in between. The stillness in between creation and consumption is where we are able to receive the ideas. We receive the ideas from the infinite void of possibility, the infinite void of potential. I mean, Michael Jackson had a quote. I don't remember the exact quote, but he would receive creative ideas in his sleep while he was dreaming. He'd wake up at 3 a.m. with the lyrics to a new song, and he would get up out of bed immediately. And he said, I need to act on this immediately, or else God's gonna give the idea to Prince. And I love that so much. I love that quote so much, and I so wholeheartedly believe in that. I believe that creative ideas are infinite. They exist in this like spiritual realm everywhere. Whoever is most receptive to the idea will receive it. Whoever is most receptive to the idea will receive it. How do you become receptive to ideas? You can't be overflowing with information. You need to clear your mind. Or at least, like, if your mind isn't all the way 100% clear, because I know that's so difficult to do in this day and age right now with like the excessive information everywhere, create a little sliver of clarity. Create a little sliver of silence. Take 5 minutes to just exist, to just breathe, to just observe, become the observer. This will open like a spot in your mind. Instead of your mind being overflowing to the brim, like constantly full, complete chaos, complete scribbles, it'll like cause a little crack, a little opening. And in that little opening, you become receptive to creativity, to ideas. You begin to align yourself to infinite potential. You begin to align yourself to infinite potential. You begin to allow yourself to connect with Source, with universal consciousness, with oneness, with God, whatever you want to call it, okay? It's the silence. It's the stillness. It's the becoming presence. It's the oneness. It's becoming the observer. It's taking a moment to breathe, where you are allowing yourself to find the best ideas. It's where you tap into your oneness with Source, with God, with infinite potential. It's where you become the creator. If we're made under the image of God and God is the creator, that means we're creators. We're meant to create. So anyway, thanks for watching this video. I think I'm done. I love how clarity feels. Clarity feels crystal clear. And it feels so inspiring and invigorating, and it feels like infinite potential. I love how clarity feels. Yeah. And how are you going to find clarity? By finding balance between creation, consumption, and consciousness, stillness, oneness. Fill in the blank, but yeah, okay. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and I will see you next time. Bye. I'm like, how do I blow a kiss to you?